Once upon a time, in the small town of Blackwood, there stood an old, decrepit mansion known as Ravenswood Manor. The imposing structure had long been abandoned, with its windows shattered and its walls covered in a thick layer of ivy. Locals whispered tales of the house being haunted, and none dared to venture near it after dark. The legend surrounding Ravenswood Manor was shrouded in mystery and darkness. It was said that a wealthy family, the Ravenswoods, had once resided there. They were known for their reclusive nature and strange rituals that took place within the manor's walls. Rumors spread about their involvement in occult practices and the summoning of supernatural entities. One stormy night, a group of thrill-seekers decided to test their bravery by exploring the notorious Ravenswood Manor. Among them were Sarah, a curious and adventurous young woman, and her skeptical friend, Alex. They gathered at the edge of the overgrown property, armed with flashlights and their own trepidation. As they stepped across the threshold of the manor, an eerie silence enveloped them. The air grew heavy, and a chilling breeze whispered through the broken windows. The group cautiously made their way through the darkened hallways, their beams of light revealing only fragments of the mansion's former grandeur. Suddenly, a door creaked open on its own accord, revealing a narrow staircase leading down into a dimly lit basement. The group hesitated, but Sarah's curiosity got the better of her, and she took the first step downward. The others reluctantly followed, their hearts pounding with both fear and anticipation. The basement was a labyrinth of winding corridors and hidden chambers. As they explored deeper, strange occurrences became more frequent. Whispers echoed through the walls, and disembodied footsteps seemed to follow them. Sarah's skepticism began to waver, replaced by an overwhelming sense of dread. In one room, they discovered a collection of old journals, documenting the Ravenswood family's descent into madness. The writings spoke of forbidden rituals, blood sacrifices, and a malevolent entity known as the Shadow King, whom the family had attempted to summon. The more they read, the clearer it became that the Ravenswoods had unleashed a force far beyond their control. As the group pressed forward, they found themselves trapped within the basement's maze-like structure. Panic set in as they realized the malevolent presence they had unwittingly awakened was toying with them, slowly picking them off one by one. Shadows danced along the walls, and grotesque figures lurked in the corners of their vision. Sarah and Alex, the last remaining survivors, knew they had to find a way to escape before the darkness consumed them entirely. Desperation fueled their actions as they raced through the maze, desperately searching for an exit. But the malevolent force seemed to anticipate their every move, blocking their paths and distorting reality around them. In a final, desperate act, Sarah and Alex stumbled upon a hidden chamber at the heart of the basement. In the center of the room stood a dais, adorned with ancient symbols and surrounded by candles. As they approached, a foreboding voice filled the air, warning them of the consequences of their intrusion. Realizing that the only way to break free from the clutches of the Shadow King was to confront it head-on, Sarah and Alex made a pact. With trembling hands, they ignited the candles, their flames casting an ethereal glow across the room. The chamber shook violently as the entity manifested before them, a swirling vortex of darkness and despair. Summoning every ounce of courage they possessed, Sarah and Alex chanted an incantation they had discovered in the journals, desperately hoping it would banish the malevolent presence back to where it came. There the incantation echoed through the chamber, its words filled with ancient power. As Sarah and Alex chanted, the Shadow King writhed and howled, its form distorting in agony. The very fabric of reality trembled, and the air crackled with energy. Suddenly, a blinding flash of light engulfed the room, and the entity's presence dissipated, leaving only a lingering sense of malevolence. Sarah and Alex looked around, cautiously realizing that the dark forces that had plagued Ravenswood Manor for so long had been vanquished. With trembling limbs, they made their way back through the basement's winding corridors, guided by the fading echoes of their victory. As they emerged into the moonlit night, the air felt lighter, and the weight of the supernatural horrors they had endured lifted from their shoulders. News of their triumph spread throughout the town of Blackwood, reigniting curiosity and drawing attention to the once dreaded Ravenswood Manor. People ventured closer, no longer fearing the house's haunted reputation but rather eager to witness the aftermath of the battle that had taken place within. Rumors of the Shadow King's defeat reached the ears of paranormal investigators, historians, and thrill-seekers alike. They flocked to the manor, armed with equipment and curiosity, hoping to document any remaining traces of the supernatural. Among them was a renowned paranormal researcher named Dr. Emily Parker. Dr. Parker had dedicated her life to unraveling the mysteries of the supernatural. When she heard about the events at Ravenswood Manor, she saw an opportunity to study a phenomenon unlike anything she had encountered before.